Hey everyone, this is Hoodie Angel Brandon here today with just my last minute predictions and hopes for Nintendo's E3, which is tomorrow as of when I'm recording this. And just to preface this, I haven't been following any leaks or rumors or anything like that, so if some of these are confirmed or if there's other stuff that's confirmed, I don't know about it, and I'm trying to keep it that way, so please don't spoil it in the comments for me. Anyways, with that said, let's start with the obvious, what I think we're obviously going to see tomorrow. First off, Smash Bros. It's the obvious pick. We have the Smash Invitational, so obviously they're going to be showing off Smash. They'll probably show off some characters, confirm some of the characters coming back. Who I expect to see, I think we'll see the return of the Ice Climbers. As for other new characters, the main one that I really wanted was the Inklings. Other than them, there's no one I really wanted. I think Springman has a decent chance. His game is still pretty new, but his character design just screams put me in Smash, so there's that. I'd really like to see a custom Robo rep, but I don't think that's terribly likely. It's just something that I'd like to see. The main concern is I don't like seeing cuts in general. It always sucks when your favorite character gets cut. I experienced that with with Young Link in Melee, and I know you could argue that Toon Link and Young Link are the same, but it's a little different in my opinion. But the main thing is I just really don't want to see them cut Lucas or Corrin. Those are my two favorite characters in Smash. As long as they don't cut them, then I'll be pretty happy with the roster regardless. As following that, we have the other pretty big one, which is Metroid. Last year we only got a very brief teaser saying, yeah, it's coming. I think they'll go into that a little bit more. Those are the big ones that I think are fairly safe bets. For some stuff that's a little less likely, but still has a very good chance of showing up, I think we have Bayonetta 3. I think that one is another fairly safe bet. Similar to Metroid, we only got a very brief teaser for it at the, I think it was the Game of the Year Awards last year, around like November-ish. So I think Bayonetta is going to show up in some form or fashion. Probably not a whole lot, just kind of show off her new look and maybe show her beating on some new angels or demons. And that'll be that. Following up from that, I think Fire Emblem is another very safe bet. We only had confirmation that it was in development, and that was even further back. That was back when the very first lineup of Switch games was announced. So I expect to see Fire Emblem in some form or fashion there. I'd say probably just like a cinematic trailer, kind of like what they did for Fates. Showing off some of the important characters, maybe a brief little thing where they go over like, this is what's new here, like they did with Fates, where they were like, now there's this mechanic called Dragon Veins and you can use it to influence the terrain, and so on and so forth. Also, I think Animal Crossing has a very good chance to show up, and I'm talking like the next full-scale main series Animal Crossing game. It's been like 5 years since New Leaf came out. It just feels like it's time. It would fit very well on the Switch. Play it at home like the GameCube and the Wii versions, or take it on the go like Wild World and New Leaf. I think it'll be a fantastic fit for it. The laid-back, easygoing nature of Animal Crossing makes it a perfect fit to just sit down and play in bed on the Switch. It's about time. And I think it's a great game for the system because it'll just keep people logging in to check on their town. So they'll be constantly playing their Switch, they'll be thinking about it, which will in turn keep the Switch fresh in their mind, and they'll be like, okay, I should probably look at what other games I have coming out for the Switch, because when I had my PlayStation 2, I had 2 games for it and I just forget about it most of the time. So having a game that just keeps you remembering to play your system and keeps it fresh in your mind, I think is really important, and Animal Crossing fits that very nicely with its keep logging in every day to play kind of system. Finally, the last of the big games that I think we know about that we just haven't really heard anything on lately would be the Yoshi game. This one's Woolly World, it's not the one. But the new Yoshi game should probably be showing up in some form. They'll probably talk about that. And so, I mean, that's just another safe bet. As for other obvious things, we'll probably get some indie kind of games, smaller indies and third party. Not expecting any huge third party games, but just some smaller things. Also, they'll probably show off the 3DS again for what reason I can't tell. So that's what I think are like the super likely things that we'll see. As for some less likely and things that I kind of want to see or hope to see, first we have Pikmin. I feel like it's been a while. The last main series Pikmin game was Pikmin 3 for the Wii U. And that was fairly close to the Wii U's lifespan. And I think they mentioned in like an interview toward the end of the Wii U's lifespan that they had Pikmin 4 in development, but then they kind of put it on the back burner. I would think that part of that was them getting ready for the Switch and kind of transitioning things over for that. So I hope that we get to see a return of the Pikmin series, and not, hey Pikmin, I tried the demo for that and I didn't enjoy it. I'm talking like a actual Pikmin style game, like where the top-down overhead view, you're controlling the captains and you're micromanaging everything. I love those games. I think Pikmin, it's time. Pikmin 4, I put it on the slightly more likely side, but it's still certainly not as concrete as some of these other predictions or hopes. And now we're into the really unlikely things. I think maybe we might see a Mario Maker 2 kind of game. It sold really well for the Wii U, considering the Wii U didn't sell that great on its own. Mario Maker was a huge hit. I think they could do something similar, working with the Switch's controls and everything. I'd say this is a decent chance, but I'm not gonna say it's like super likely or anything. But I know some people would go crazy for it, so maybe. The one thing that I've heard about games the Switch is getting, even with my blackout, is I did hear something about we're getting like Tales of Vesperia or something like that. You can't remember the name of it, but as a port, which kind of gives me some hope that maybe sometime in the future, maybe not here, but Tales of Symphonia port, please? I asked for that actually before the Switch even launched. I was like, I did a video on games I was hoping to see for the Switch. One of them was Tales of Symphonia port. So maybe? Gives me a little bit of hope. Also, maybe a Luigi's Mansion 3. They did recently announced the Luigi's Mansion original remake for the 3DS. So maybe they're setting the stage for a Luigi's Mansion 3, which would be really exciting for me. I love Luigi's Mansion, it's one of my childhood games. And finally, I really want to see, very unlikely, but Custom Robo, new game, or like a remake of the GameCube game. Something for Custom Robo. It's a great series and it needs some love. That's about what I expect, hope, and want to see, with the exception of the one big thing that I always ask for every year. Reggie, please give me Mother 3. So that's my hopes, wants, and dreams for Nintendo's E3. What do you guys think? What are you hoping to see? What do you expect to see? Let me know in the comments down below, and as always, thank you for watching. Until next time, this is Hoodie Angel Brennan, signing out.